Oh, fuck True Wireless. No, wait. I like True Wireless. No, wait. I probably shouldn't say the F word so early in the video, because that's going to get it demonetized and fucking age restricted. They do that now. You believe they do that? I've got several of my videos age restricted. Like, it's just been the same video for like 7 years. What are you doing, YouTube? What are you doing? Anyway, hi and welcome to a review of the UTWS5s. I know letters and numbers and dead girls. I didn't pick her for this reason, but then here's what I do. All right, time to do a review. I know the product I'm reviewing. I know how I feel about it. I want to show something nice. Picked her because season 2 of Zombieland Saga is fucking amazing. That time warp we took that was amazing. I go to look up the UTWS5, which Fiio sent me, on Amazon, and they're like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean no? I'm like, no. They don't exist on Amazon. UTWS3 exists for 80 bucks, but no 5. So I'm like, all right, well, let's just Google search. Audio 46, 129, out of stock. Hi-Fi Go, 159, out of stock. Linsol, 139, out of stock. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. What the fuck? This happened the last time I reviewed. I didn't even get to review it before it went out of stock. Is it just that popular? It should be, because it's an amazing unit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the UTWS3, and this is it doing its job. It is an adapter. It's this bit here, hooked up to these gold planar GL20 planar IMs, so I was able to have open back planar wireless, true wireless. I couldn't actually fit them into the case to close it, but here's the case it comes with. You want to see the case the 5 comes with? Ta-da! It's the exact same case, only it has gold lettering, or silver? It's either, I think it's just silver here, but the actual units themselves, which I have in my ears currently on the Thigh Audio Clairvoyance, those have rose gold lettering, where it says Fiio in like a very, very dark black text. These have rose gold. So the point of these is you buy them and then you can make any IM you want true wireless. That's it. Instead of going out and getting the Sony 1000s or, you know, the Ostias or the, what else did I have? The Samsungs are good. I have the final VU3000s. Instead of getting a specific IEM with its own tuning and its own weird systems, you get a set of these, and then you plug whatever the fuck you want into it. Or more specifically, you get a set of these in either MMCX or 2-pin, and then you can convert any IEM that uses MMCX or 2-pin to use this system. Now, there was a UTWS ones, which were flawed. I still loved them. It was a great idea. They used to take plugs. There used to be plugs under each one. You had to plug it in. And then there was a button that was impossible to actually touch without like grabbing it against your skull and like manipulating it. And the UTWS3s fixed a fuckload of that. You actually got a case that it could charge and hold the IEMs inside of it. It won't actually hold these giant ones, but it held normal IEMs. It'll hold the clairvoyance in it, and those are pretty big boys. You close it, it charges, it shows that it's charging. Wonderful. The button now became this large circular button. It was very soft and easy to press. This sitting behind your ear. Here's your ear. This sits behind your ear. It's just against your head and you tap, tap, tap. This part's against your skin. It's nice and smooth. This is a manipulatable rubber with like a metal insert in it. So you just get it just right, tuck it under. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. There was 1 or 2 problems with the UTWS3s though. They had a couple glitches where they would disconnect or reconnect or reconnect, or they would literally connect to my phone. I'd be using my phone and all of a sudden sound would stop coming out of it. Why? And I'd look and I'm connected to the UTWS3s, which are sitting in their case 25 feet away, off. As far as I know, they're off, but they were connected to my phone. So the UTWS3s had some quirks. They also were lacking a bit in power. So when Fiio came out with the UTWS5s, they upgraded the codecs. I think it does aptX adaptive now instead of just HD, which adaptive is better. Still doesn't use LDAC. I'm not sure if it's possible to have 2 separate units with LDAC. Like the Cottis T here, which I couldn't find a Darjeeling sticker, and I'm very pissed that I couldn't put a Darjeeling sticker on the Cottis T. This can use LDAC, and my phone states LDAC, because it's a single unit with a single headphone out. I think once you're doing the actual over-the-air splitting, LDAC is not compatible with that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone out there knows more about Bluetooth shit than I do. But they've made these new 5s, which I'm going to take out and show you, even though it's going to be literally the least impressive thing, because it looks just like that. But they now have more power, better compatibility with everything, instantly hook up. The battery's been running in these for fucking, I don't even know. You'll see how I've been using them. I'm gonna hook it back up in a second. But I'm gonna keep talking because I want to hear another song. I'm gonna hit play, and then I'm gonna hold it down. And now the doors break on through is happening. And these clairvoyants sound exactly like they do when I plug them into just about every other amp DAC combo. And I mean like solid desktop ones. The UTWS5s have now bridged the gap between like convenient to quality. It is now not just like, oh, this is convenient. Not as good as it could be, but it's convenient. So now it's convenient and pretty much as good as it could be. If there's a UTWS7, I'll be fucking shocked. Double tap to pause. Here's the way this works. So there's the buttons on the side. And in the Fiio app, which I have open here, you get to select several different profiles. We're not disconnected. Here you go. Okay. The left one apparently has 62%, and the right one has 30% battery. I don't believe that for a second. You get to shut off the idle power off is 10 minutes. You have 3 choices of button functionality. You have battery protection on and off. And you have indicator lights on and off. There are actually indicator lights on the units, which this has the mesh there, and I'm not sure if it used them, but there's a little light underneath that, and there's a microphone underneath that. So your button functionalities could be 1, 2, or 3. I leave it on 2, which means single click to play pause. No, I'm sorry. Single click to play. Double click to pause. Hold for next track on the right-hand side. Hold for next track on the left-hand side. And pulse, either single press or pulse slowly for volume up and down. That automatically means I never, ever have to touch my phone to control any aspect of it. And it doesn't use the volume control of the phone. That volume thing doesn't pop up if I'm lowering the volume, because that has a volume control and this has a volume control, which means I can more accurately set it, because usually it's big like 10% chunks on the phone, where I can just max that out and then just lower it down here 5% at a time, 4%, whatever it is. So it works perfectly with that. So now, all right, let's take them out of my ears. I'll show you some modifications I've done, because as much as, you know, Zeos is selling you this thing, I want to sell you other shit that doesn't actually make me any money, but it helps a great deal. This is the new unit. You can see it has like rose gold colored, like, I guess it's gold-ish lettering. And here's what it looks like. And there's an add-on that I got from OEAudio. OEAudio is this site, OEAudio.net. And apparently they're the ones on Amazon. I'll link the Amazon adapters, because here's one of the things I thought they were going to fix with the UTWS5s that the 3s had. The 3s, I have 2 sets of them. I've got a set that's MMCX like this, and I've got a set that's 2-pin, because I have some IMs that are MMCX, I have some IMs that are 2-pin, and I want to use them both. Both. I want to have all of them used. So your option is to get 2 sets of the things, which I got them from Fiio for free. So I'm like, hey, send me both. That was easy. You, on the other hand, if you have to get them for $80 a pop, you don't want to spend an extra $80. So you would go on Amazon, you go to the links in the description, and you get these OE adapters that either go 2-pin to MMCX or MMCX to 2-pin, and then you just, for $26.99, you just go and adapt it. Now, what I've got, because they only sell them on the site, are right angle adapters. So Fiio sent me only 1 set. They sent me only the MMCX set, and I want to use Audio clairvoyants, and they're 2-pin. So I spent whatever it was, I think another $26, and now I have this, which if I peel this off, hold on. this little adapter, which looks like a little stove hat. Don't lose this. Fuck, thing's expensive. This says L, and it says L, but it doesn't really matter. Wait, maybe I should reverse them then. That might be playing out of phase. Does this say R? That's weird. One says L, the other one does not say R, so I'm assuming that that's fine. But do you see what this does? It extends it slightly and turns it not quite 90 degrees. It's like, let's see, that would be 90 degrees. It's like 80 degrees, 84 degrees. It turns it that way. And that is so much better. Here's the thing. This is going to be a little bit like okay, Zeos, I'm interested in buying the UTWS5s. For comfort, buy these adapters, which means you need to buy the you need to buy the UTWS5s if they ever come back in stock. That is not for the IEMs you want to use. Like if I bought it specifically for the clairvoyance, and these are 2-pin, I'd have to buy the MMCX version so I can buy the adapter so I can make it right angle, because it changes the entire geometry of this. I always found it a little bit tough to get it like these are massive IEMs, so it wasn't that hard, but just that extra 1/4 inch or whatever the hell, 1 centimeter, not even a centimeter, just that little extra, it just gives it the correct shape to go down and then into your IM, which let's plug these back in now. So this is, that's left, plug in there. Oh God, don't bend it. So there, look at that. Look how clean, look how nice. This is some fucking epic drip on my ears, ear drip. I know what drip means, it means clothing, but this, if this isn't fashionable fucking bullshit, it's like the gold and the red, and then the sparkles of the clairvoyance, which I will link to the clairvoyance. I don't pimp IMs enough, the ones I love, because they just sort of disappear in a shelf, and they'll come out occasionally with a portable player, but fuck, I miss listening to them. I don't like having to do a million IM reviews, because I find a couple that I like, and I don't want to, just leave me alone. I want to be happy with these for the next 4 or 5 years, and that's not the way this system works. So this is what you're going to end up with. If you buy the adapters, which are like $20-something, that's great. You now have right angles, and you now can plug in your I think these are $700 IEMs, and they sound as good as they've ever done on any portable DAP. And they have more power. But here's the thing. Once I knew they had more power, once they arrived, and I hooked them up, and I went, okay, max this volume out on the unit, and then adjust the phone volume. I was at like 40% phone volume with these maxed out. They're incredibly powerful. I'm like, holy shit, what can I do with this now? So I moved everything to the side. I moved everything over there. I went to OEAudio. I got those right angle adapters, and I bought these as well. These are 3.5 millimeter adapters to 2-pin. So now I'm taking MMCX, turning it to 2-pin, and now if I unplug these IEMs and put them to the side, we can do, and there's no positive or negative. There's just like a side with a solder on it. So I'm going to put the side with the solder in, and I'm going to match that on this side in case that's just, I don't know. Hopefully we get the correct phase. So now I've built Fiio UTWS5 to right angle to 3.5 millimeter. What the fuck are you going to do with those, Zeos? Oh, if you looked at the thumbnail of this video, you know exactly what I was fucking doing. So, this isn't going to be for everybody. The review of the UTWS5s is over. You can stop now. They're amazing. They improve every single aspect of the original UTWS3s. The UTWS1s were a great concept to start with. There was like a beta or an alpha. The 3s were like the official beta for a couple years. They worked into it. Now these 5s feel finished. They feel ready to go. Until we get LDAC that can split or some other sort of high-end codec, I think they're as good as they're going to get. The batteries last forever. They are just comfortable. They work, except for the fact that I kind of like them with that little bit of extra extension. But now we can do stupid shit with it. Like plug this in here, and then plug this in here, and then take some Blue Tack. By the way, links to Blue Tack in the description. It's the greatest audio product ever. And we could just put a little bloob there and go like, let's see, how would I do this? Like that. And then do this. And now here's the thing. You can't charge it when it's like this because you'd have to pull them off. But too much Zeos grease on there. There you go. So now, pause. Now, thanks to these, I have truly wireless. So not using a Codis T, not using a wire, just magically wireless. Harmonic 9 Zeus. Focal Stellia. Hi-Fi Min and Ananda. GL2000. Sundara. What else will take this? No, that's a 2.5 millimeter. What else can take dual-sided 3.5s in? I think the Alaras can. No. Maybe those? Maybe those. Oh, 5XX. Oh, and Klipsch KP HB3s. This was what I invested $60 in because I needed to buy the right angle adapters to make this happen even more efficiently, even though it makes it work great on IMs. And then those little 3.5 millimeters that are on there, those were also like 30 bucks. So if you buy the UTWS5s and you want to know here's the thing. I will slowly, I'll unpause them. And if I do this, making them louder and louder, they're now at their maximum. Is that their maximum? That is fucking screaming. Lower. Just slowly tap the left side. That's how much power these have. They don't need that much power for IMs. I mean, I'm tempted to try to pull my goddamn the tin P2s out, which are like power sluts. They just need it all. I don't know if they'll have enough because those things need like 2 watts, but this is a remarkable amount of power and it feels almost wasteful to not attempt to shove it onto a full fucking size headphone. I've gone shopping with this. I did the IEM thing with the UTWS5s for 4 or 5 days. 2 or 3 different IEMs. 7 Hertz Timeless was the one I was pretty much I just fell in love with the 7 Hertz Timeless and I was walking around with those. And then when I made this order, I like, all right, I'll wait till this order arrives. And as soon as this order arrived, I haven't taken them off my fucking Zeus. I was like, Zeus, to have just put it on and just as good as plugging it into a DAC amp. I'd have like the soundstage with low end, like the low end is there because there's power behind it. This is from the Animatrix. This is Big Wednesday from Freeland or Freeland from Big Wednesday. I don't remember how it works with let's fast forward. Flowbot Fights with Tools. So yeah, it's Big Wednesday by Freeland. So I guess you don't have to do this. Like I said, we already reviewed that. I just did this because I wanted to know how hard can they actually push and will they distort? And the answer is very and no. So the Fiio UTWS5s, I kind of want them to make another version. It could be slightly different. It would just be a bar with blue tack. Just come with blue tack or gray tack, just to slam it on the side of your headphone, and then a universal plug-in adapter. Let you switch from Sennheiser plugs to 2.5 millimeter to mini XLR. I want to be able to hook all these fucking headphones up to a set of these. It just clips onto them with the button on either side, because it's the control scheme that makes this work. Because I could plug it into a Codis T or the X-Dual Balanced or the IFI Go Blue, and then I still have a wire. The problem is the wire. I hate wires. I love wires. I love amps. I love hooking things up. Obviously, there's a fucking little wire wall. Look at that strip of just passion. But occasionally, if I'm going shopping and I don't want to be like putting my jacket, zipping up my jacket. You ever zip up your jacket and got a headphone cable or an IM and it's like, oh fuck, now it's inside, and then you go to look up and it like yanks out of your head because it was zipped into your jacket. Like this now just becomes a Bluetooth headphone. I would love if there was a specific Fiio adapter that didn't have to be any bigger than this. It could even be slightly more powerful, maybe a little bit bigger battery, since you're not putting it on your ear. Just make this happen for headphones, Fiio. I don't know what kind of universal system you'd want to try to engage in. I think just a blue tack to the back would probably work. I prefer that over like trying to strap it around the top. Just touch, pause, next track, unpause, next track. Peter Frampton, put on my fucking Bluetooth Zeus. I'm hoping for, this is a video that I'm not just reviewing a product that exists. I'm begging for the future. I want this freedom. Everyone here is an audiophile. If you're a true audiophile, at the Maxell audiophile, you're cringing at this moment. Because you want your wires and your connectors and your desktop amps. You want this Fiio K9 that weighs 1,000,000 fucking pounds. The same company who makes this giant $600 monstrosity makes this little baby thing. And I don't know which one I'm more impressed by. Because if you ask me which one was going to get more use, it's the one that's attached to my head right now and isn't affecting me at all in the slightest. It's just sitting there just waiting to play more Peter Frampton. Peter Frampton's coming in. I've accepted Bluetooth and like LDAC for sure, aptX adaptive, which is what this is, as like so close to perfect, I don't have to worry about it. And any convenience you add to that sort of level of quality, oh my God, more points. So this is, let's unpause and then hold it down. Let's put on some Queen Under Pressure. It's so good in this form factor that it proved to me, I don't give it, like, it's going to do IMs perfectly fine. There's no noise floor. There used to be a noise floor on the old ones. There's no noise floor. The first ones there was. The 3s I found were pretty silent. The 5s, even with more power, still silent. You pause music or you specifically upload a track that's just silence. You literally have to upload a track with like a 90 dB just nothingness happening, and then you could tell. There's nothing there. There's no noise, there's no interference, there's no delay, there's no problem connecting. If I turn one of these off, the other one just takes over. If I turn that one back on, they just hook up to each other perfectly fine. They've perfected this system. All they could do now is toggle the little things, the right angle adapters, which it should come with, so they don't have to sell one. They would only have to sell one if they sold it with the right angle adapters. It would be so much easier for them. Because now you got to look out and you got to buy either the 2-pin or the MCX. They sold it with the adapters, which cost us $26, would cost Fiio $1 to create in bulk and throw them in the fucking boxes. I love the UTWS5s. I love them not just because they could take my beautiful fucking clairvoyance out and about and feel. The only thing that I could see the next version having would be like an open mode where there's microphones on these and it plays what it hears through your head, through your IMs. It probably wouldn't be as good as like the Sony's or the iPad, the Apple iPods Max, not the Max, iPods Pro, because those are a known driver configuration, a known frequency response. So they could take the microphone and say, okay, we have this microphone, it sounds like this. We have the speaker, it sounds like this. DSP correct, so it sounds natural. This would sort of be, if they did it with this sort of system, it would be kind of a guess. Because every IM hookup would be different. But that would be the next thing. I don't know if they could do noise canceling. I'm pretty sure they couldn't without like specifically knowing exactly what this is capable of. But open air systems would be even, because then I could, if I had this on an IM, I could just do like a triple tap or something and just hear. So I can go to the store and check out without having to take things out of my ears. That's one of the things you still have to do with this sort of thing, and not with the Samsung Pro Buds or the Sony 1000 XM4s. Those you could just go transparency mode and it just is open. That's the only thing that's missing from this, is a transparency mode. But I look forward to the future. As soon as these come back in stock, they can sell out again and they can start working on the 7s. So yeah, I'm done. Thank you, Fiio, for sending this. I'm kind of glad you didn't send me both. Both. Because then I wouldn't have thought about ordering the adapters again, and then I wouldn't have thought about ordering the 3.5 millimeters again, and then I wouldn't have the world's greatest open back Bluetooth headphones again. I always have them. I think I might switch these over to the HP3s now, just right there. Just plug them in and just have like an $1,100 rare set of Klipsch headphones that sound amazing and can then be wireless. Just the potential for this is fucking stellar. Anyway, wallpaper, girl, beautiful girl, but dead. She's dead and doesn't exist. Just like these fucking UTWS5s. If you're a patron of this channel, you're seeing this video. It's the end of January. You're not gonna see this live until all those websites have it in stock. God knows when that'll be. Even God doesn't know. He's like, when is Fiio stock coming in? I don't know. I don't know, Azazel. I don't know. Yeah, so when you're seeing this live, this was published on Patreon. The comments in the description, the comments under there, are probably like a month and a half old. Because they finally back in stock. I'm going to be asleep and someone's going to message me. Did you see they're in stock? And I'm going to be like, all right, I guess I'll schedule the video then. There's no point in putting it out if you can't buy it. It's just like, let's get the hype going. So everyone in my Patreon and subscribe store, they're hyped to not buy them. Woohoo. I hope it's not an issue. I haven't really found any issues with this. I know the 3s had issues and they sort of took them off the market and then put them back out when they had fixed those. But I haven't heard anything bad about the 5s that are out there. So, again, thank you, Fiio. Thank you, Zombieland Saga, for being an amazing anime, and everyone should watch it. And I will see you all. Did I do Patreon subscribe stars, see reviews early? Obviously, very early. Participate in yard sales. I'll probably sell my 3s, honestly. Now that the 5s exist, I love my 3s. Maybe I'll sell the 3s with some IEMs on them, just to be like that guy. Because I have so many fucking IEMs, I need to just evaporate them from the table. So yeah, I probably wouldn't sell these DL20s. They're too unique. They need a real... I wish you could do an EQ adjustment also on the app. You can't add EQ. That would be another nice little feature. If you could just go in there and just be like... Because maybe like those definitely need like a little bit of tweaking. Can't do it. But yeah, I got to charge these up now. They've been... I put them in the case and they jumped up like amazing amount of power in a very short amount of time. Download that wallpaper, Patreon and subscribe star, see reviews early, participate in yard sales where I'll be selling the 3s. Get to the Sound Demo Oasis chat or channel where you can download all my old sound demos in as lossless as I can give them to you, and all the modern ones are lossless, so that YouTube doesn't have the fucking shit on the bed every time I look at them. If you want to ask me questions, the $10 Patreon and subscribe star tiers get you in the behind-the-scenes Telegram chat, which if you've never used Telegram, that's also an amazing program. Let you upload 2 gig files infinitely to your fucking cloud storage. Who else does that? I don't care if Russia owns it. Here, take my stuff. Telegram chat with like 200 other members. They'll all answer your questions. I'll answer your questions. There's also a private swap meet for selling and trading gear, just for patrons, and that's lifetime once you're in that group. Even if you're only in that group for like a month, you're in that swap meet for life. So yes, hi, download that. I will see you all in 2 days for another review.